I wanted to ask you, what would you prefer, or what do you prefer better? Do you prefer to be with an agency, or do you prefer to represent yourself and deal directly with clients and, take care of your own business?
For security reasons, I would prefer to have an agency because like visa stuff and stuff like that is better. It's better to have with a company who's serious and like a live productions is a good example. They're taking care of like visas and most of the time it's working visas. So I would prefer to work with a company that is serious and taking care of stuff like that, especially with tickets and luggages, because like for me, basically touring around is not like, I mean, I don't know how it's going to be in future. Maybe in future I can be independent artist in one place. But when you're touring around the world, then it's better with a company. When you just want to settle down in one place, then it's better to be independent. You can make more money, then people know you. So then you don't need the agency anymore, in my opinion.
I absolutely agree. I started off initially in 2008 is when I got my first gig. I had an agent and it was just one location. Then I met L Live and it was like, oh, so you're going to basically move me all around and I don't have to worry about looking for gigs and negotiating contracts and it's mostly going to be hotel stuff. Oh, cool. So it definitely opens your mind up because you get to travel the world at the same
Yes,
time you get paid to do what you love to do. So I definitely agree with the whole idea, especially because there are a lot of sharks and agents that are complete scam artists. I've heard some
yes,
horrible stories from people who have just been taken advantage of so badly that they don't want to do this and that they tell people, oh, don't do this because it's like, it's horrible. There's only sharks. But when you join a company like L Live, who are, most of them are musicians themselves, you get to
yes.
know that there are some people who actually do care about artists and are really on the up and up. Now, I want to ask you, how has it been for you traveling the world, working with artists from all over the world? How has it been for you culturally, meeting these different people? What would you say the best part about it is and the worst part about it is?
That's a good question because I would say we all different and we all looking for different stuff and we all like some of us already mature enough to understand many stuff and grow. Some of us need time to do mistakes and to become mature and through all these mistakes and people we meet on the gigs and musicians. I would say like that. Uh, any progress is good. Like discomfort is good because you grow. So as much as you can take experience from different bands, from different venues, from different countries, then better the artist you are. So you will grow and become stronger, better, and you will have a diversity of styles and diversity of um, different people, different audiences. You can see what you can do there, what you can do here. So you become a little bit like diverse. Yeah, you become so good, so you can read the crowd so well, and you are so professional. And eventually, if you don't want to even grow, you will by yourself. You don't see that, but like because you share stage with amazing musicians and people who doing stuff, you look at them and you learn from them. And apparently, you don't see that, but you become that. You become better, you become stronger, and much more professional. Plus, to understand different cultures and experience different people, like you become mature, you become more like wise. Maybe you do some mistakes, but you learn from those, and then you become, I think, stronger. That's for sure. And the worst part of it, because sometimes you meet not the right people. Like it's a lot of divas. It's a lot of divas musicians and people with mental issues. So sometimes you're also struggling with some stuff. And when you have most of your team people with mental, I'm so sorry, like people with mental issues, one part of your team is like good people who can just elevate you up, but sometimes it's not like that. Sometimes majority of your team are people who not looking for become better. They just want to have fun, they just want to make money, they just want to enjoy themselves. And sometimes in those kind of situations you find yourself a little bit confused and lonely because, like, first of all, you're not getting along with those if you don't do the same. But
Right,
you can understand them, you can help them as much as you can, but sometimes those people don't wish you good and don't, like, don't make your life better. They just
right,
make a lot of problems to you, and you need to deal with that. If you're mature enough, you just can understand that it's not because they want something bad, they're just dealing with some stuff
right.
and they are not happy with themselves. So you are the one who is capable to take care of yourself and as to help them as much as you can. But if you see you're not able to, you just need to move, and you just need to go, like, that's the best option for you.
Christina,
Because yeah.
I'm sorry to cut you off. I thought I just, as you're talking, I remember us having these kind of conversations in Thailand. I remember you coming over to my studio and us doing yoga. And I miss you. I genuinely miss you. And because, I mean, yeah, we wrote our book, but we haven't really caught up like this in a long time. And I'm just being reminded of how intelligent you are. So I'm very, very, very happy to have been able to connect with you and get to know you, and for you to be open just for us to have coffee when we first met each other and sat down and really just like look at where we are now. You are
Yes.
extremely mature, and I remember times where I would come to you and I would complain about something that was going on in my band, and you would do the same thing, like, yo, what is going on, how do I, and we were trying to figure out how to motivate each other. Two young
Yes.
women traveling the globe trying to, make the best out of life, and to see where we are today, still performing and pursuing our passion. I think it's badass. Even with
So
all the shit that's going on in the world, we're still doing it.
yeah, I think we naturally click with this stuff because we just feel like this life is all about some connections and sometimes an energy. And some people always give you like, and you meet people, you love them the way they are. It doesn't matter what they do, you just love them the way they are. But sometimes you meet people who tell you something that really can improve your life and can change your life and can just elevate you up from the lowest points of your life, and they don't ask you for nothing, they just like there for you, and you just like, that's probably destiny, it's just
Absolutely.
something that I need to hear now. And this person don't want nothing from me, she doesn't want my money, she doesn't want my fame, she doesn't want my like attention or whatever, she just here by my side, not asking much. And that's what probably made us through all these years, like
Like, I remember you coming to the club and just supporting me. You would get off stage at your other where you were working, and I'm trying to build this whole thing by myself over here at this
yes,
place.
I remember that was so tough for you, but I was like,
God,
girl, you can do it, you are
you
so
were right
strong, you're
there.
so independent, and you can do it. And I saw how good you are with many stuff, and I was like, I was always like, also I want to tell you, I always look at you and I'm like, how this one girl can have so many talents. I'm like, no, she draw and she sing and she writing and like, and then you're like, okay, I also want to have my fashion line. Like, I'm like, stop, come on, stop, Phoenix, you cannot be that good. Like, and her body is perfect and she is beautiful and she is so nice and beautiful. I'm like, stop, you cannot be that beautiful and amazing. Like,
Honestly, Christina, the whole thing behind it is that I want to be a billionaire so bad. So I'm trying to throw darts at the wall, and the one that sticks, I'm like, I made it. We're done. I'll probably never do anything else in my life. But I think for me, I want to help people, and I because we've been blessed with the gift of singing. Like, seriously, not everybody can do.
yes,
I mean,
true.
I didn't have to pay to learn how to sing. We just have that ability, and the fact that it's been able to support us, I think we're blessed. And so I
Yeah, we
feel,
are.
yeah, so I feel like there's a big part of me that wants to give back. And so I'm like, all right, if I can use my talents to make money, and use that money to help my family too, to help my friends, if I can connect with somebody and we can work together and write a book or whatever, like I think about how I can make money with these talents, because it's like you're only one song away from being a huge artist. You're only one, one person, meeting one person away from being discovered. So I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to wait for an opportunity to come and find me. If I can learn how to make music, I'll make music. If I can learn how to write, all right. And that's where my mindset is, because I don't believe in struggling. I think if you can try, try. But I want to ask you, as we talk about creation and, our project, what is your favorite chapter of our book, How to Make and Break a Relationship? Do you have one?
Yeah, that was a good question. And I think I love the book the way it is. All the chapters are nice because it's just different. It's so different. It's so different. Like each topic is different. But I think I like the thing about quality time together,
Okay.
because it's just the one that you can read and really take something from it and just can put it on your life. And it doesn't matter it's for your couple, for your partner, or for your friends. It's just something that just like really can be helpful and can improve you no matter what. Because some other
Absolutely.
things we share is it's personal, it's just like personal experiences that you cannot apply to your life. Like sometimes some things you can, but some things you cannot. So I think quality time together is like general thing that you can just read and it's just like, oh yeah, sure. And I think generally speaking, people doing that by themselves. But sometimes, some ideas, even you just like read, oh yeah, I didn't think about that. We can do that, like sometimes it's just a small, even for me, sometimes I'm reading something, oh wow, that's a good idea. Like even I knew about that, but then when I had that in my mind, on my mind, and I'm like, okay, that's cool. I can try that.
Yeah.
So I guess the book that we did is really a nice idea how to help people. Maybe some ideas will affect them, maybe not. But in general, it's something that we can save for later for someone or even for us, for our kids, for whatever. And it's just nice thing to have. And I'm super thankful to you, like that you just like, okay, let's do it. And like you gave me that idea and I had time for it and passion. I think I also like really like some stuff about like relationships and like things to help people. That's why I also started my YouTube channel to help people to find a work overseas and to show them what it's like and also to tell them some details that nobody will tell them. Like,
That's the most important part. The most important part that I like about what we're doing is that we're still artists. So we're not
yes.
talking about what it was like back in the 90s or what it was like. We're
No,
talking
no.
about right now, we are in the thick of it where we just came from, and we're trying to help people because we know currently these are the things that you need to know that nobody's going to tell you before you come over here. So experience this with me. Get better sleep, eat healthier, save your damn money, like all these things, because
Yes.
you just don't have a clue of what the international tour life is like until you do it. So I think it's brilliant that to this day we're not messing around. We're like, all right, you know what? You're I'm talking to you right now and you're about to go on stage. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I love it because I'm in LA because of the Omicron virus. I knew somebody here, and I've been so terrified to get back overseas because I'm afraid if I do, it'll happen again. And I'm like, damn, I was building something in California. But to see you doing it, it gives me hope. It gives me a feeling like, okay, you know what? There's a possibility that this thing is going to be smoothed out and I can do this again and start booking artists, and the world is going to be what it used to be. So fingers crossed. And Kristina, I've asked a few people to write books with me, people who I thought, okay, this is how we connect and this is what we can do together. And all of them said yes. You are the absolute only one who actually followed through. And you wrote your part in, like, I swear, I feel like you wrote your part way before I was even finished. And I'm like, damn, she's not playing with me. So I want to say thank you for taking this project seriously and for sharing your personal experiences, because they've helped me be a better person in relationship to myself as well as others. It's helped me see a perspective that I'm not used to seeing. And I've written several books by myself, but when you actually collaborate with somebody, you're forced to look at their perspective and say, damn, I maybe I don't do that, or maybe that's why my relationships didn't work in the past because I didn't do this enough, or I was too demanding, or whatever. So thank you, and I love how you gave examples more than anything, because it's in the little things. You know, we think, oh, you got to buy me diamonds, or, you know, if you don't buy me this or this, you don't love me. But honestly speaking, it is in just making time to just be with the person that you care about, making time to let them know, what do you want to do today? And I think the cool thing about our book also is the questionnaire sections, because it makes people
Mm-hmm.
accountable. Like, hey, do you do this? Are you in a healthy relationship? What do you think about this? Do you trust or even love your partner? My favorite chapter in our book is show up whole or not at all, because a lot of us drag so much baggage from the last relationship into the next one.
Yes.
And we make our new
Yes.
partner pay for the sins of the last partner. Not even
Mm-hmm.
do it on purpose, but subconsciously, you want to get back everything you think you lost. And I've done that
Mm-hmm.
several times. And I was like, yo, when is the last time you really did a full cleanse and had quality time with yourself enough to
Mm-hmm.
actually say, I'm good, I'm whole, I forgive this person in the past, I forgive myself in the past, and now I'm
Mm-hmm.
ready to have a new relationship, and come to this table without needing the other person to make me feel good about myself. Like, that chapter, writing it for me was really hard, because I realized that there are some people in the past that I completely just ran through the mud, because I felt like all men are crap. You know what I'm saying? Or I blamed them for the past. But again, like Kristina, I am.
Yeah, yeah. I think I'm sorry to cut you off. I think when I met you in Thailand, I was like, how this beautiful, sexy lady is still single. This whole package, this whole catch is still looking for a beautiful man for her life. I'm like, hell no. I'm
Listen,
like, and I
I
was just one, I was waiting for the moment that you'll be like, you know what? I moved on and now I'm happy. And I hope now that you can say that. And I'm like, girl, just go for it. You deserve the best, like you just like the way you are and the way I know you. So I'm like, you are stunning. So that's why I'm like, I don't understand how you still searching for like that guy.
because
Who's that like lucky guy?
for me is because I was being a perfectionist. I was expecting one person to fulfill me instead of me showing up complete, and just like you said, allowing people to be who they are. Because if you allow your friends, your parents, your siblings, if you allow people to be who they are, then you can actually really appreciate them, and vice versa. But if you're like,
Yeah.
you got to do this and you got to do this, and if you then you set yourself up for failure and them. Who wants to be around somebody like that? Now, I have one more question for you before I let you
Yeah.
go. Okay, this question is the one that I ask everybody, who I do an interview with. What is your advice to artists who are looking to do what we do? What would you tell them? Number one thing that you would tell them, it could be anything, how to prepare or what to focus on, or, what your experience is. I want you to tell me what you would tell somebody if you only have one thing to tell them about this lifestyle.
I would say take this seriously. Like take this serious. This is your like it's not a hobby. It's like your career. So if you want to build something strong and like serious in your life, you need to invest a lot of time and a lot of efforts. And you need to take it really, really important. Like this is one thing that's gonna lead you somewhere. So you need to understand that you're gonna invest your whole time into this. It's not a joke, it's not a hobby, it's something that gonna pays you off a little bit later. So for now you need to work hard. Like now you need to learn a lot of stuff. You need to pause all your personal life maybe for a second. Maybe you need to focus on some things that are not perfect, but you need to make them perfect. So like sometimes it's a lot of time to think who you want to be and to see yourself as a project and to see your weak sides and your best sides and to work on them and to find the best solution for yourself to be a better version on stage and off stage, because people meet you also off stage too, so they want to meet you as a cool personality. So you need to work on your issues too. So because sometimes, you know, like it's like a corporate culture. Sometimes it's like you need to understand the rules to play the game. So when you want to be an artist, you need to understand that besides singing, you need to do a lot of promotions, and you are your self promoter. So you need to be a really, really amazing cover and have something inside too. So you can present yourself to people and they can understand, oh yeah, she's a singer, she's an artist, she's doing this and that. But to build that up, you need to invest so much efforts and time and sometimes money and sometimes knowledge. So you need to learn and focus and be focused on yourself, which sometimes really hard because some people don't know how to do that. But you need to find a way how to make yourself that kind of artist you want to be. So I would say you need to start and maybe write it down what you want to be and what the goals, and like if I'll do this, I'll have this. If I do this, I have this. Like if I'm gonna learn 30 songs, for example, like in 2 months, I'm gonna become a little bit more like professional, and I will know my rep gonna be like expanded, and like I'm gonna be a better singer. Okay, maybe I need to work on my vocal chords because I'm not strong in these parts. So I need to just to be focused on music for a while. So it's like the point is you need to know your sides, your weak sides and your strong sides, and to find a balance and to create yourself and not to be lazy. Like the good things like about this job, like it's not an easy job. You cannot be lazy because like you know, you remember like we are now learning 7 songs a week. So 7 songs a week and it's rock songs and some it's like people asking me like how do you do that? I don't know. It's really tough, but you do in this because this is what you love. So the point is you need to love what you do, because if you don't, then it's going to be like a whole challenge for you and you won't enjoy it. So if you really do love that, if you really want this, it's going to be tough, but it's going to be the dream alive. So it's going to be your life.
Guys, you heard it from Kristina herself. Take this seriously. Number one, because what you take seriously becomes important to you, and you obviously love it if you take it seriously. It's so easy to lose yourself in this lifestyle and to
For
feel like
sure.
you're a superstar before you're actually even known. We're singing cover songs, people. You know,
Yeah.
if you get to that place where you can actually sing your original stuff and people want to know who you are and they become your fans, then that's you taking it to the next level. That's great. But a lot of times when you're on that stage, you have that feeling like you're a star, but in reality, you know what I'm saying, we're singing somebody else's stuff, and you can get caught up in that night lifestyle where people are buying you drinks and maybe you're doing other drugs and you're blowing your money, partying your life away, not taking care of, and next thing you know, 5, 6, 7 years later, you don't have anything to show for it because we are not investing in ourselves or making those connections or networking or meeting friends. There is just so many people that I know, so many artists I know, and I've done it myself, where it's like you think that this life will never end. And then what happens? Omicron virus hits and everything is shut down. And then you have to look at it for what it is. Oh my God, I can't make money off my talent. What am I going to do? That's where the take this seriously part comes in, because we're still working. Even though this is a lifestyle and we're enjoying singing and performing, we are still paying the bills using our talent. So we have to be smart about how we manage money and finances. If we get sick, if we lose our voice, if we can't move, whatever, if we have an emergency, what are you going to do? And I think,
Also, one more advice that I
mhm,
think is smart during COVID times: have a side talent, have a side
the side
skill.
hustle,
Like
absolutely.
as much as you love music, as much as you love doing stuff in your life, but be a little bit smart with your life and see what you can else do in your life too. Because sometimes we need to adjust our life during like due to the situation with the world. So
Absolutely.
like singing is nice, acting is nice, but guess what? Tomorrow we don't need you because we have radio, we have YouTube, we have everything. We don't need singers live performances anymore. So like just smart advice, just be diverse and see what else you can do. If you like writing projects, if you like help people with some stuff, if you like it doesn't matter. It can be anything. But it's a smart thing to do, like just to invest yourself on the side into something that can really help you in life to make money, like aside from music. I mean, for us women, it's a little bit difficult because we're like, oh, yeah, I understand, but still, we know we need to be mothers one day, and like we know, like as much as we love working, we also want to. So sorry. Like, as much as we love to do what we do, we also know that we want to have kids and whatever, and it's also another job. But in general, I think every person deserves to be happy. So you need to ask yourself, what's your happiness? What makes you happy in life? It doesn't matter who you with. It doesn't matter how much money you have. Nothing. It's just what's happiness for you. And if you doing like if you find yourself at lowest spot of your life, like you're doing drugs or alcohol and you find yourself not happy, so just ask yourself what's your happiness and how you can be um, dragged out of this situation and be back to reality and be normal. And I know sometimes we all have different situations when people around us are not the best people that should be there, but as we know, there's always some people that really loves us and really will help us with nothing, with was not asking us for much. So I think the best solution just to find happiness for yourself. Ask yourself what you want to do, and just do that. Do what you like, but also don't forget that sometimes we need to adjust ourselves and do sometimes jobs we don't really like. But that's also another point of this world.
The more you prepare yourself, the better you'll be able to not be rushing to take whatever's available. So if you
Yes.
saving and preparing while you're doing what you love to do, you'll be in a better position to not have to hustle so much if something happens. Kristina, I want to say thank you so much
Yeah.
for taking the time and being with me today. We finally got our schedules together. I want to say, guys, this is Kristina. I have included all her social media links so that you guys can follow her and get to know her and her journey. You will definitely see more of us. I have more promo material coming for our book, and maybe we'll do a song together one day, please.
Probably.
I want
Yeah,
you,
we
I
will.
want, I know, right? Fingers crossed. I want you to have a
Yeah.
great gig, and
Thank you.
we'll definitely talk soon, okay?
Yeah, have a nice day
Thank
and have a nice rest. And yeah, so thankful for you in my life. Thank you so much.
Absolutely, guys. Once again, this is Kristina B. Thank you for joining me for another Musicians on Gigs artist interview with Kristina Bielichenko. Did I say that right?
Yeah.
All right, guys. Have a good night. Bye.